All right, now look, guys, I know during these comedy reviews I said I don't like to bash on people. Today, I may make a few exceptions because we are doing Aziz Ansari's Nightclub Comedian Special. Netflix is doing this new series of 30-minute specials. Sorry, I'm going to set my headphones down. They're doing this new series of 30-minute specials, Aziz being kind of one that just popped up. I don't think anybody was really expecting it. So let's get into it. It was filmed at the Comedy Cellar in New York City. I want to start by saying this. Aziz starts the first 15, 20 minutes of this set by bashing people that don't agree with vaccines. He makes his stance very clear, says he got all of them. He kind of bails when he's making fun of Aaron Rodgers, Kyrie Irving, Nicki Minaj, people like that. He takes subtle jabs, very subtle jabs at Joe Rogan in his podcast while talking about Rodgers. And he just makes it very clear his feelings on the vaccine, and he tries not to go too hard, but you can tell Aziz is feeling out the general playing ground as to whether people are going to accept him back after the short, in my opinion, useless scandal that he was involved in a couple years back, which was essentially he went on a bad date and it was much ado about nothing. Anywho, Aziz used to be a freaking fire comedian. Like, he has a few specials that were on Netflix that you would laugh from start to finish. He mentions right out the gate that he moved to London, so right there might be why he's a little disconnected. It's hard to listen to comedians try to act like they're common people or that they're in touch with what the common idea is when, again, he walks on stage looking like, a fake millionaire hobo. Like, I don't know what look he was going for, but he literally looked like some kind of hipster homeless person thing. And then had the gall to hit these emotional stopping points during the special when talking about, you see the homeless guy outside, but none of y'all give him money. I'm not saying Aziz did or did not give homeless people money in the last so many days, but it's like, dude, you're being awful judgmental. Awful judgmental towards people. Your job is to be a comedian. Now, you went on stage and made fun of misleading information. Well, let's talk about that. Right out the gate, they make it seem like the audience didn't know tonight's lineup. They're very vague. This was shot in December in the Comedy Cellar. So they try to kind of make you feel like he just did the surprise pop-up set and then they just filmed it. Well, if you're paying attention, you can see that the audience members changed throughout the set. So he did multiple sets. Whether it was that night or not, he might have done like a 7 o'clock show, a 9 o'clock show, and an 11 o'clock show or something. But either way, he did multiple takes. So right there, they're misleading the audience that's watching this. It's not very hard to tell. He has a very young New York hipster crowd. So it's not shocking that he's playing to the vax-friendly, audience. So again, he's not on stage being brave. He's not being bold. He's not saying these revolutionary ideas that are hilarious. He's coming out throwing shots, trying to be a part of this culture of making people look stupid, but then claims that that's the most toxic thing that we have going on. And that's what he spends the next 5 to 10 minutes talking about, is how toxic we as human beings are and we're no better than Trump was and all this. Okay, fine. And then he starts doing crowd work. And I was checking the time through the whole thing because I'm not going to lie, I started laughing maybe 25 minutes in when he's just talking about general, we as general people are not very bright and we're not very nice to each other. Sure, that part made me laugh. So can't say that it didn't make me laugh at some point, but then he starts doing crowd work and I'm like, all right, dude, I'm over all this already. Not to mention his voice sounded different. I don't know what it was. Maybe he was sick, maybe whatever it was. But Aziz obviously has kind of a nasally sounding voice. In the beginning, it sounded super nasally. He made this one comment, and I don't even remember what it was. And he hit the creepiest laugh I've ever heard. In a comedy special for sure, but possibly ever. And I didn't really know what to make of it. I think it was during right before the Aaron Rodgers part or during it. I don't know. You'll have to watch the special if you feel like doing so. Overall, not funny. It was kind of like the Hannah Gatsby one for me, where it felt more like a TED Talk, and he just wanted to hop up on his New York soapbox and see if people would receive him back to me. I don't know. Maybe he's test piloting a show and he wants to bring some analytics back to a network. Well, from my understanding, Netflix doesn't give you analytics, so you ain't going to get it there. But who knows? I don't know why he did this. Maybe it does play to the majority crowd, but as far as comedians go, I don't think this is going to do him much. Maybe he goes on a huge tour and he sells out, and I'm completely wrong. But as far as wanting to see his comedy, no. As far as even like I considered myself an Aziz fan. I like Parks and Rec. I like some of the acting stuff that he's done. As far as his first couple specials were fire. I mean, hit all the way across. He never missed. It seemed like the scandal kind of broke him a little bit, and he ran off to London and kind of got out of touch, and that sucks. It's called Nightclub Comedian. He's showing this is where he started, so now he's doing this. Okay, but dude, you were doing theaters and arenas and stuff like. I don't know if he ever hit arenas, but he was definitely doing theaters doing some of those specials that he did. And yeah, man, I mean, reassess for sure, because just shooting shots at people, and again, maybe there's an audience for that. Maybe my comment section will tell me I'm wrong, like when I was nice to Brendan Schaub, who has one coming up, and I'm looking forward to seeing that and reviewing that. Again, I'm not trying to bash on anybody, but I don't think you should go out playing a holier-than-thou stance, especially when you're misleading people. So, yeah, not super funny. As far as what I give it a rating, like 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, I'd say a 3. It's a 3 out of 5. It has some funny points. Aziz's voice, like my wife wanted me to turn it off within the first couple seconds just because his voice kind of drove her nuts. And I get it. Not everybody's for everybody. But that on top of the pretentiousness that he was doing, mixed with maybe the way he was dressed, I don't know. It was all it was a huge turnoff. So I would say that's going to be a miss for me. All right, y'all. If you guys like these, go check out other comedy reviews we've done. We got a few over there. We're going to keep doing a few more. I want to tackle Jim Gaffigan's Comedy Monster. I've watched that like 3 times. I might go watch that one more time just to get it fresh. I haven't watched it since last week, and I might knock one of those out today. So you guys might see another one of those drop in this weekend. All right. We'll see you in the next one.